Opening shot. The Nile in golden light, the sound of desert winds. For more than 2,000 years, Egypt was the jewel of the ancient world, a land of mighty pharaohs, monumental temples, and the eternal river Nile. But no golden age lasts forever. The death of Ramesses XI, last ruler of the New Kingdom, around 1077 BC, marked the beginning of a slow unraveling. Power slipped from the hands of the central government. Egypt entered what historians call the Third Intermediate Period, a time of political fragmentation, foreign influence, and shifting dynasties. The rise of the Libyan dynasty. Scene: warriors with feathered headdresses in the delta. In the north, Egypt's military had long relied on Libyan mercenaries. Over time, their leaders gained wealth, influence, and eventually, the throne itself. The 22nd dynasty, founded by Shoshenq I, brought a measure of stability. Shoshenq even campaigned into the Levant, echoing the glories of earlier pharaohs. Yet unity was an illusion. The south, centered on Thebes, was dominated by the high priests of Amen, whose religious authority rivaled, and sometimes surpassed, the king's political power. This north-south division persisted for generations. The Nubian conquest and revival. Scene shifts to the pyramids of Kush under the desert sun. Far to the south, in the kingdom of Kush, modern Sudan, a new power was rising. Around 747 BC, Pa, a Nubian king, marched north. His campaign was not only military, but religious, portraying himself as the true protector of Egypt's ancient gods. Under Tahaka, Egypt experienced a cultural and architectural revival. Temples were restored, art flourished, and the grandeur of the pharaonic tradition returned. But Egypt's enemies were watching. The Assyrian storm. Dark clouds gather over the desert. To the northeast, the Assyrian Empire was at its peak, fierce, expansionist, and relentless. They struck Egypt with devastating force. In 671 BC, Esarhaddon captured Memphis. A few years later, Ashurbanipal's armies sacked Thebes itself. The Nubian pharaohs retreated to Kush, leaving Egypt vulnerable once again. The Sate Renaissance. Music shifts to optimism. Out of the chaos rose the 26th dynasty, based in the city of Say in the Delta. Psamtik I skillfully reunited the two lands, balancing diplomacy with military strength. His successor, Necho II, was ambitious, launching massive construction projects, strengthening the navy, and even attempting to connect the Nile to the Red Sea. He fought great battles against Babylon, though not always with success. The reign of Amasis II marked Egypt's last true period of prosperity. Trade with Greece thrived, cities grew, and Egypt once again shone as a Mediterranean power. The Persian shadow. Music shifts to tension, the sound of marching armies. But to the east, the Persian Empire under Cambyses II was expanding rapidly. In 525 BC, they invaded. At the Battle of Pelusium, the Persians allegedly used cats and other sacred animals on their shields, knowing Egyptians would hesitate to harm them. The tactic broke Egyptian morale. The last Sate ruler, Psamtik III, was captured. Egypt became a province of the Persian Empire, the start of the First Persian period, 27th dynasty. Persian satraps, governors, imposed heavy taxes, conscripted Egyptians into foreign wars, and interfered in temple affairs. Resentment grew. The last native pharaohs. Scene: uprising in the Delta. In 404 BC, Amarteus of Say led a successful revolt, restoring Egyptian independence, though briefly. The 28th dynasty lasted just 6 years. The 29th dynasty, ruling from Mendes, and the 30th dynasty, from Sabenitos, fought fiercely to defend Egypt. The last great native ruler, Nectanebo II, proved a skilled general. He defeated Persian invasions and fortified the Nile Delta. For a moment, it seemed the Old Kingdom might survive. But in 343 BC, Artaxerxes III returned with overwhelming force. Nectanebo fled to Nubia. Egypt was conquered again. The Second Persian period, 31st dynasty, had begun. The end of the Pharaohs. Soft fade, the shadow of a new conqueror. Persian rule would last less than a decade before a young Macedonian king arrived, Alexander the Great. In 332 BC, Alexander entered Egypt without a fight, hailed as a liberator from Persian oppression. But his arrival marked the start of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal house. The age of native Egyptian pharaohs, from Narmer to Nectanebo, was over. Closing shot. An ancient crown half buried in desert sand. From Libyan warlords to Nubian kings, from Sate revival to desperate resistance. The late period was Egypt's final act, a tale of resilience, foreign conquest, and the slow fading of one of history's greatest civilizations.